Plastic tools, a cardboard ship beside the tree. The galaxy was make-believe. The neighbor's fence became a moon. The dog barked like a cosmic storm. We drew our maps on notebook pages, certain message, meet us downtown. 5 old friends and 2 new faces, looking for trouble to be found. First bus packed, the music's loud, someone's laughing way too hard. Someone's telling the same old story like it's a work of art. No destination, no master plan, just one more drink and then we're chasing sunrise through the city, from bar to bar and street to street, running our stories, noise and whiskey, like the night belongs to us. We know tomorrow's waiting somewhere, but tonight it's out of sight. We're young enough to lose ourselves in one more neon light. The second place is almost closing. The third one feels like home somehow. Everybody's solving problems, nobody remembers how. The girls are dancing by the jukebox, someone singing out of tune. The whole world feels a little smaller beneath the silver moon. Another round, another laugh, another hour gone too fast. We're chasing sunrise through the city, from bar to bar and street to street, running on stories, noise and whiskey, like the night belongs to us. We know tomorrow's waiting somewhere, but tonight it's out of sight. We're young enough to lose ourselves in one more neon light. And maybe we'll forget the details, maybe names will fade away, but we'll remember how it felt when nothing mattered anyway. The empty avenues at dawn, the silence after all the sound, the feeling that for one brief night everything makes sense somehow. Everything makes sense somehow. We're chasing sunrise through the city, the sky beginning to turn gold. The bars are closed, the streets are empty, but nobody wants to go. The morning finds us still together, watching darkness disappear. Some nights don't change the world at all, but they're the reason we're here. One more street, one more laugh, one more sunrise. Plastic chairs and coffee stains, a circle full of different names. Nobody looked like movie stars, just people carrying invisible scars. You sat across the room from me, eyes fixed somewhere on the floor. I don't remember what was said, just that I'd seen that look before. Two strangers learning how to stand after falling for so long. about promises a soulless trust. Another suit on television, talking about prosperity from a penthouse high above the city where hunger's just a memory. We're building everything they own, but somehow we own nothing. Golden towers in the skyline, shining over broken streets. They're counting millions by the hour. We're counting coins to eat. Tell me how this became normal. Tell me when we lost our voice. A few are living like kings forever, while the rest survive by choice. Survive by choice. The warehouses keep expanding, the profits breaking records now. But every raise arrives too late to change a single household. The people fill the stations, tired eyes and tired hands, keeping all the engines running in a game they never planned. The ladder keeps getting higher, the ground keeps falling away. Golden towers in the skyline, shining over broken streets. They're counting millions by the hour. We're counting coins to eat. Tell me how this became normal. Tell me when we lost our voice. A few are living like kings forever, while the rest survive by choice. We don't want your empty speeches. We don't want another lie, where the faces in the shadows holding up the endless sky. You can hide behind the numbers, you can hide behind the glass, but every empire built on silence learns the truth at last. Learns the truth at last. Golden towers in the skyline, looking down from far above. But a city isn't money, a city's people, sweat and blood. And the voices keep on rising from the streets you never see, because no one should work a lifetime just to barely make it free. bought and traded like a stock. Plastic smiles, designer lies, dead reflections in their eyes. Someone's tragedy tonight pays for someone's private flight. They don't care who falls apart as long as ratings climb. Welcome to the static empire built on fear and gasoline. Every scandal feeds the fire. Every scream becomes a dream. They sell the poison as a cure. They sell the cages being free. Welcome to the static empire manufactured reality. Breaking news, another war. Same old blood behind the door. Different faces, same disguise. Different victims, same headlines. Truth is buried underground while the circus rolls through town. Everybody plays a role in the market of the soul. The cameras never look away. The cameras need the pain. Welcome to the static empire built on fear and gasoline. Every scandal feeds the fire. Every scream becomes a dream. They sell the poison as a cure. They sell the cages being free. Welcome to the static empire manufactured reality. Turn the volume higher. Watch the world decay. Every crisis has a sponsor. Every lie's got a price to pay. The signal keeps on burning. The signal never sleeps, feeding on our anger, feeding on our disbelief. Welcome to the static empire built on fear and gasoline, where every soul becomes a number and every truth is edited clean. They sell the poison as a cure. They sell the cages being free. Welcome to the static empire, the kingdom of the TV screen. The kingdom of the TV screen. Flickering shadows in the dark, selling pieces of our hearts. The city speaks in advertisements, flashing messages all night. Everybody's selling answers. Nobody is asking why. Words are scattered on the pavement like forgotten cigarette burns. Most people keep on walking. Some of us still stop and turn, looking for meaning in the static and smoke. Poetry lives between the lines, in places no one plans to find, hidden in the cracks of ordinary days, a secret language of the mind. It doesn't promise paradise, it doesn't claim to know what's right, it just survives against the noise, like a match in the night. Not in palaces or classrooms, not in trophies or applause. Sometimes it's a broken sentence that reveals what something was. A train station at midnight, a stranger staring at the rain, a melody escaping softly from an apartment window pane. The world keeps shouting louder, poetry whispers back. Poetry lives between the lines, in places no one plans to find, hidden in the cracks of ordinary days, a secret language of the mind. It doesn't promise paradise, it doesn't claim to know what's right, it just survives against the noise, like a match in the night. Maybe that's why it matters, maybe that's why it stays, not because it changes everything, but because it changes the way we see the dust, the streets, the silence, the faces passing by, the things we thought were ordinary become impossible to hide. Poetry lives between the The stories on the corner were replaced by brighter lights. The baker knew your family. The bartender knew your name. Now every town looks different, but somehow feels the same. We traded roots for speed and never asked the cost. The same streets everywhere, the same songs in every store, the same faces on the billboards, the same dreams we've seen before. We crossed the world together, but left something behind. 1,000 little traditions lost in the tide of time. Tide of time. Grandfather's radio whispers through a cloud of dust and years. Photographs in drawers forgotten, covered by a screen of mirrors. Letters written by hand, waiting days to arrive. Now the words move faster, but they don't feel as alive. Everything is connected now, yet something disappeared. The same streets everywhere, the same songs in every store, the same faces on the billboards, the same dreams we've seen before. We crossed the world together, but left something behind. 1,000 little traditions lost in the tide of time. The world got smaller, the silence grew, the colors faded into the view of endless brands and endless noise, drowning out the local voices. Same streets everywhere, the same lights against the sky. Every city tells the same story as the years keep passing by. Maybe progress was worth it, maybe that's the price we pay. But sometimes I miss the pieces that quietly slipped away. Oh, ghost walking through familiar towns that no longer exist. She still sips 2 cups each morning. The one side stays untouched. The silence in the kitchen feels louder every month. The photographs keep watch watching from the shelves along the wall. A life built over decades now echoes through the hall. Some wounds never disappear. You just learn how to carry them. She walks the city after sunset with a thermos in her hand, giving warmth to strangers most people never understand. And every life she touches brings a little light back home. She lost the man she loved but found a reason to go on. Under bridges and train stations, she learned their names by heart. The veterans and the dreamers, the broken and the scarred. No speeches, no religion, no cameras in the rain. Just coffee, bread, and kindness for people living with pain. She couldn't save the one she lost, but maybe she could help someone else. She walks the city after sunset with a thermos in her hand, giving warmth to strangers most people never understand. And every life she touches brings a little light back home. She lost the man she loved but found a reason to go on. One winter night, a young man asked, "Why do you keep coming here?" She smiled and looked up at the sky and whispered through her tears. He taught me that a life means more than what we keep for ourselves. She walks the city after sunset with a thermos in her hand, building hope from small moments. No headlines, no demands. And somewhere in the darkness, beyond the cold and stone, the love she thought had vanished had simply found a different home. Two cups still wait each morning, but now the silence feels less cold. She paints colors on abandoned walls, searching for beauty where the daylight falls. Lives for moments, not for plans. Paint on her fingers, dreams in her hands. He's catching flights before the dawn, building companies, moving on. Numbers and meetings fill his days, always looking 10 years away. Two different worlds, two different truths, neither one expected the other. We were drawn on different maps, walking different roads. You believed in prophets and measured in miles, it was measured in ideas. We were drawn on different maps, walking different roads. You believed in profits and progress, I believed in songs. But somewhere between your skyline and my midnight bars, we found a place neither of us knew existed in our hearts. You showed me discipline, I showed you wonder. You taught me how to build, I taught you how to wonder. Maybe love is an agreement, maybe love is learning why someone sees a different world through a different pair of eyes. We were drawn on different maps, but somehow reached the same shore. You stopped running toward tomorrow, I stopped hiding from it all. And now your skyline has more color, my songs have stronger ground. Two different lives, two different dreams, one place where they are found. Two different maps, one destination.